is BSG. You know who it is. Black Star. Thank y'all for coming back. Happy Sunday, fun day. It's a beautiful one out. Nice and toasty out. You know what I mean? I hope all is Wiznell. Y'all be Cisnafe out there. And if you have not already, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My Instagram is at BlackStarGuidance and at CEEOH_BSP. That's my personal page. And you can also follow me on TikTok. That is at CEE_BSP. Anywho, want to tap in with y'all real quick and kind of give y'all a dual subject matter today. Just, you know what I mean, really break down some key things along this journey for y'all so that y'all can, you know what I mean, kind of get a better grasp of things. And, you know, the first one is just transmutation. If you haven't heard of transmutation, I'm gonna drop a little something for you so that you can see what it is shortly. And, you know, just a quick summary though off of my head. Just transmutation is just being able to turn negative situations, turn negative energy into positive energy, positive motion. You know what I mean? Saying, you know what I mean, goes, when life serves you lemons, make lemonade. That's essentially, you know what I'm saying, where that derives from. And that's pretty much the background and origin of it, you know what I mean? Transmutation, being able to transmutate your energies. You know, for me personally, I really had to learn transmutation. And once you learn that shit, you become really good at it. You become, you know, masters. You know, you master things. You begin to, you know, tap in with your gifts and really be true to them. And, you know, that's where I am in my life with understanding how to transmutate negative energy. It's always, no matter what, you know, even if you keeping yourself in a space to where you're not, you know what I mean, looking for conflict, in drama, engage in drama really like that, but it just, you know what I mean, it has its way of finding you sometimes. Being able to not be a victim of that situation, not be stuck in that energy and then let that negative energy consume you. You know what I mean? Like, for me personally, one of the things that I do with my energies, you know what I'm saying, as far as if I'm dealing with a negative situation or there's been negative energy brewing around, or just, you know what I mean, even within myself, dispelling negative energies and doing shadow work, you know what I mean, you figure out things. And what I do is I create, you know what I mean. That's a very powerful way to transmute your energies, you know what I mean. No matter what, you find creative things and creative ways to release your energies. And I'm not talking about releasing in a sexual manner. I'm talking about even containing those energies, those sacral energies, and learning how to transmute your sexual desires into actual physical progress, actual spiritual progress, you know what I mean. And I create music, create, you know, all the other things that I am keeping, again, close to me, because I understand the process. You got to nurture your stuff before you could, you know what I mean, put it out there like that. You always keep your stuff close, you know what I mean. If you have a inner circle and people that you trust, you know what I mean, you could put out information that you feel comfortable with, you know what I mean. I'm not saying that, but you don't want the wrong energies to catch wind of what you're doing, because, you know, it's always going to be opposing forces true indeed. But you know, you don't need nobody's extra hands in your shit. You know what I mean? You don't need nobody extra fingers trying to stir your pot because they jealous of, you know, what you got going on, jealous of your ambitions or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But you just figure out, again, going off of what I said in, you know, the video for yesterday, is just perspective. You know, it's perspective. And once you gain a different perspective on things, when situations present themselves to you, you're more able to digest those energies, to transmute them, not to sit on them, to dwell on them, but to, okay, you doubting me? Okay, you talking about me, you this or that, you know, whatever the case is, I'm going to now, instead of me coming back with some pettiness, feeding into the argument, oh, you da 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 da, now I'm going to use it in a productive manner. I'm gonna give you a reason to talk about me, you know, in a productive manner though. I'm going to flourish under these circumstances because the odds are stacked against me. I'm a fighter, number one. I got too much fire, too much passion, you know what I mean, to even feel like I'm gonna give up. Like, it's things that I've walked away from by choice, but to say I'm a quitter, I don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna keep going, and keeping going through shit, you know what I'm saying? It's powerful, because then if you're paying attention to what you're doing, you begin to learn how to transmute that, and you become in tune and really realize and understand that this is what you are doing, not just, oh, snaps, you know what I mean, doing it on a coinky dink, but you actually know what you're doing. You actually know, in this circumstance, how to transmute your energies, in a positive manner, you know what I mean? Because again, there's two sides to the coin. You could transmute that energy and go to the negative route. You know, I've said in one of my Instagram posts or whatnot that transmutation, like, you know what I mean, another example, like you get into an argument with your significant other, or you get into an argument with your family or whatever, and instead of using that energy to be like, okay, what do I need to tackle right now in my life that I could use this energy on, you go and maybe you keep that energy in and you take it to somebody else and you argue with them about something that had nothing to do with the situation, but she was carrying that energy. You got an attitude with the person at the checkout stand, and the checkout stand person been nothing but kind to you, but you got a stanky attitude because you're holding that energy. You got to figure out productive and positive ways to transmute that energy. Another key in transmuting your energy is also another topic that I'm talking about to y'all. Another, you know what I mean? Meditation. I personally meditate. I don't meditate every day, I'm not gonna lie and say I meditate every day. But when I do meditate, I really, you know, tap in. I get my crystals. Yes, I said crystals. I have crystals. I'm serious about, you know what I mean, who I am and what I am. I got my crystals. I make sure that, you know, I get my breathing right, and there's no right or wrong way to do it, you know? Like, people say that, oh, you gotta sit up, you can't do it. No, I sit up sometimes, and I lay down most of the time. Majority of the time when I'm meditating, I am laying down. I cross my legs at the heels, and I put my hands in my little positions, and I hold my crystals, and I turn on my meditation music, and I do my thing. Period. Some days when I'm outside, I'll sit up. And usually when I'm outside, I'm turned towards the direction of the sun, and that's sun gazing. If you've heard of sun gazing, then you know the benefits of sun gazing. If you have never heard of sun gazing, I will again show you some info about what sun gazing is. So when I sun gaze, I'll sit out in the sun, you know, like I said, directionally pointed towards the sun, and, you know, meditate, do my thing. And for me, everybody has different experiences with their meditations and their sun gazings. But when I meditate and I'm sitting outside in the sun, not only do I like feel, I mean, I always feel grounded, but it's like a amplified grounding. Like, you know what I mean? You getting charged by the sun. I mean, the sun is the, you know, the source. It's the light. One of sources of light, I should say, because then there's the moon too. But the sun, you know what I mean? It gives you, for me rather, it gives me like a different, let's go. You know what I mean? It gives me ideas. It shows me avenues where to take action at, like immediately. Like, no cap, I meditated before this video, and within my meditation, that was, you know what I mean, I got confirmation that this is the video that I should put out there, because it's again, it's about giving you guys real life examples, and giving you guys real scenarios, so that you understand that it's not just a gimmick, it's not a trend, it's not a fad, it's really real, and you have to really be serious and have a real commitment to it. You know what I'm saying? But again, back to, you know, just what I do for the sun and what it does for me. It puts me in action mode. You know what I mean? Sitting out in the sun, it puts me in action mode. And then there are those times where I'm out at night and I meditate. And yes, I'm sitting up at night as well. But it's more of a, when I'm out at night, I'm not going to say I full on always meditate. I have a couple of times, but it's more of when I'm outside at night, I stargaze and moon gaze. Stargazing, I mean, you know what I mean? There's some benefits to it. I'm not really 100% sure the full effects of stargazing, but I do moon gaze as well. And moon gazing is something totally different within itself. Like, moon gazing is going to help with your intuition. It's going to help reveal things to you within yourself, within circumstances around you, or that are hidden. You know what I mean? Moon is about illuminating the shadows. You know what I mean? Illuminating the dark areas, the gray areas, the darkness in those scenarios, to where, you know what I mean, you gain understanding. Those three things for me, along with, you know what I'm saying, like I've said in videos, doing the individual chakra meditations, as well as, you know, understanding that once you open your third eye, ain't no going back. And ain't no turning around. Ain't no going back once you open your third eye. So taking your time and really being serious about it, and starting from your root chakra, because that's where a lot of your bullshit, a lot of your trauma, a lot of your foundation that you've been building on, and that's been, you know, dysfunctional, so to speak, that's where all that is. Your childhood trauma stuff, that's where that is, in your root chakra and your sacral chakra. Those two, you know what I'm saying, those are your two bottom base chakras. You know what I'm saying? If you don't start at your root, then you're not building properly. You know what I'm saying? You got to build from the root chakra and go all the way up. And then once you go all the way up, like I said, the third eye, once you open that, the third eye, the crown, is, you know, ain't no turning back from there. Now you have a greater and grander understanding of yourself. If you take it as seriously, you've gone through some things. You've done some shadow work. You've done some inner work. You've gone through dark night of the soul. You've informed yourself about things, so you understand terms now, and you understand things a lot more clearly. You understand things a lot more intuitively, You start to understand and access your gifts, your abilities. You start to develop a relationship with your spirit guides, your guardian angels. You start to develop a relationship with making sure that you are in your purest form on a daily basis and working on things and making sure that, you know what I mean, again, you stay aligned with source, because now you are being fed from source. You know what I'm saying? Once you tap in, you are being fed by source, period, point blank. And that's the best food, that's the best nourishment that you can get. It will put you in positions and situations to where it enhances your perspective. Everybody's perspective is going to be different, granted, even once you reach that higher perspective. But at the end of the day, you still have the higher perspective on things to where it doesn't affect you the same way you were affected 10 years ago, before you started your journey, however long your journey took. Because my journey is taking a long time. Like, it's taken quite a long time. And people around me have assumed that things have been easy for me because of the way it looks to them on the outside. Because of how I flow with the ebb and flow. I move gracefully. And I learned that when you show people that's hurt, your hurt people. So you don't necessarily disguise it, you know what I mean? You use your discernment, you use your intuition, and you figure out who you can be vulnerable around and who not to be vulnerable around. Who to keep in your company, who not to keep in your company. Everything starts to work hand in hand once you start to address the key things within, the dynamic of how spirituality works, man. Just because I'm spiritual don't mean I'm not a person. Just because I'm spiritual don't mean that, you know what I mean? I don't have an attitude, or, I'm not gonna cuss. I cuss like a fucking sailor. But you know what? I'm being true to me. That's how I articulate sometimes, period. But that doesn't mean that I don't have other words I could use. That just means that this is my authentic self. I'm going to communicate with you as authentic as possible so that you get the message as clearly as possible. If I talk to you cryptic and shit, you're going to look at me and be like, what? And again, not everybody understands terms at the levels that, other people do. Other people that, have already started their spiritual journey, or just scratching the surface and kind of know words and this, that, or the third. And like, you gotta know how to, shake and move. And that's just me. I'm a straight shooter. I'm a I'm a Aries. So enough said. I'm an Aries. If you know anything about Aries, is we do not fuck around. We say what we mean. We good-hearted people, but don't play with me. Don't cross me. Don't, When it starts to fall in those categories, then that's when I turn into a different person. And then you get labeled as a bad person. But no, I'm not a bad person. I just ain't finna take your shit. And I don't have to take your shit, because I'm comfortable being by myself, because I understand that I'm never by myself. As long as I can sit down and meditate and tap in and transmute my energies to achieve where I want to get to, it's good. The divine is my partners. You know what I'm saying? The spirit guides and guardian angels is my partners. When I'm not talking to y'all, I'm talking to them. I have full-on conversations, and yes, I cuss. I say what's on my mind, because the creators know who I am. If I come, hello creators, how are you? I just want to say that, man, they looking at me like, nigga, is you fucking serious, bruh? This ain't even you, bruh. Get the fuck out of my face. Holler at me when you're ready to talk for real, bruh. I'll be here, because that's how I talk. I know how to switch it up, yes, again. But on occasion, on more than not, on a regular occasion, excuse me, I'm getting all jumbled up and shit. On a regular occasion, man, that's how I communicate. This is the basis of my being. Again, I know how to switch it up, but I'm more comfortable expressing myself the way I want to express myself. Simple, you know what I'm saying? Be true, you know what I'm saying? Be true. Meditate, ground yourself, get it together. Transmute those energies, transmute all that naysay. Don't get mad at the hate, appreciate it. Because you know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at it. Take the higher perspective and understand why things is happening the way they are. Take the higher road and understand why they mad at you if something like that is going on. Look at it. Look at you. Look at what you was doing with them and look at what you're not doing no more. Look at where you are. You come hella far. You come a long way. Keep going. I love you though. Y'all be good, man. Y'all transmute that energy. Shy these haters away. Give them the Heisman. You know what I'm saying? That negative energy. Say, nope. Watch out. Meditate. 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 Peace. Y'all be good.